Sorry, I was late. Burley Nut Bob, first in, first on. Welcome, sir. So I apologize for being a little bit tardy today. Fell asleep. I'm not gonna make any excuses about falling asleep. I think I've been fighting food poisoning the last couple of days. I think I just needed that little extra sleep this afternoon to get over it. One of the most important things is to not get dehydrated. It's hot here in Houston, which explains why I've got 2 bottles of water, and I bet you I finish them by the time this little 2-hour chat is over. It's been a rough day. How's it going, young man? Oh, God. I wish I was that young. I know I'm younger than some of y'all. Just wish I felt young. Remember when I felt young? Seems like the closer I get to 50, the older I start feeling. And for no damn good reason. Storm clouds kind of came through earlier. It rained a little bit. More thunder and lightning than rain, but not even much of that. Bob, I got a feeling you understand what I'm saying when you remember what it feels like to be much younger. Howdy, Sharon. Great to see you, ma'am. And yes, I am okay. Howdy, Steve. Obviously, I can't talk to Steve about when he felt younger. Hell, he would have settled for just feeling my age. You know, back when he would still be crazy enough to ride a bull. He might have had a talking to about riding it, but he's still crazy enough to do it back then. Steve, were you closer to 50 or 40 when you gave up riding bulls? 8 inches in the last week of good rain. Bob, you know, there are some places in the country that 8 inches in a week means there is a flood. Eight inches in the Houston area, we just call that a day that ends in Y. It's no big deal. It's mostly expected. Like as if it's nothing. So what's happened in the last week? Oh, let me see. Oh. So Steve said he was closer to 40 when he quit riding bulls. And over 70 when he quit riding ladders. Well, ladders are a young man's game too. I speak from experience. Oh, y'all had some flooding too. Yeah. I feel bad for places that flood. Like I do realize that it's going to flood from time to time. No big deal. As long as you're in a place that floods fairly regular, you just kind of get used to it. So I'll tell y'all a story of back in 2004 or maybe early 2005. No, I still had the S10, and I bought the Durango in 2005. Well, no, late 2004 I had that. Okay. So it must have been 2004. Now y'all can look this up if you want to. There were some hurricanes that went in along the East Coast. There were 4 of them. And I happened to be out there as most of them came through. And I mean, they dropped some rain, don't get me wrong. But I think I was up in Norfolk, the Virginia Beach area. One of those hurricanes came through, and it rained for about 2 days, and they were having some flood conditions. And you know, I was asking people in the area, what are y'all going to do when it really rains? And I started asking this at that point. And I was going up and down the East Coast. This was before Superstorm Sandy or anything else like that had really come through. But it was after what Houston knew as Tropical Depression Allison. Allison came into Houston, and it dropped rain for 21 straight days, because it would come in, circle around, go back out, circle back around, come back in, circle back around, go back out. It just basically caught us on soak, rinse, wash, and repeat cycle. And like I said, 21 days. In the middle 14 days, here in my area, it dropped 24 inches a day or more, maybe a little more, but not by a whole lot, but 24 inches a day for 14 days. When I tell you we were flood, I mean it was flood. we've since had more. Hurricane Harvey came through and topped Allison, and it didn't even last half as long. It just dumped. We're talking 30 plus inches a day, solid, the whole time it was here. 7 days. And yeah, it was a bad flood too. But I was up and down the East Coast. Declined that call from somebody known as Spam Risk. What the hell? It ended my live broadcast.